I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
Good morning, y'all. I'm not gonna be here very long because I got some things I need to do for the afternoon. So I decided to do this live stream because I saw this morning, and a lot of my female supporters have been, you know, sending me links. I think one of my female supporters, I should say, been sending me this person's live stream um about millennial um men who are boys who are um concerning the plight of young men, and about and this person is about Scott Galloway and Hawk podcast, right? And I'm gonna change the title because I'm gonna tag this person in. I'm gonna tag him in this, because I'm going to review this, right? And it's going to be um it's going to follow the fair use. I have a problem with Hawks. Did I say Hank or did I say Hawk? I say Hawks, right? I have a problem with Hawks outlook. And his outlook is the reason why the manosphere exists. See, let me be clear here. I am extremely against the manosphere. Okay. And what makes the manosphere worse is not the Sandmans, it's not the MGTOWs, right? It's the people that gave them the purpose. You see, when like you give people, when you tell men, young men, um, no, better yet, I'll do a better argument. I'll do a better argument, right? when you go around on social media or even in traditional media for years, and you said men ain't ish, and you constantly hearing this over and over, and then when the younger generation, those who are Zoomers now, and us as millennials, we caught into this during the 90s and the early 2000s. You know, oh, men ain't shit, right? We've been hearing that, and we hear older women saying that, and then seeing the downgrade of certain um certain talk shows, certain studies, certain things when it shows not men being devalued and such. In fact, though, I'm going to show you why I have a problem. I'm going to show you why I have a problem. Now, I've been listening to Scott Galloway. Okay, I've been listening to Scott Galloway for years, and why I do appreciate Scott Galloway. Now, I'm an African American. I appreciate Scott Galloway because he identified what is the real problem. The problem is economics is economic and educational policies is what fueling the resentment among men. There was a book called War on Boys, right? And let me take this off. Let me take this thing off real quick, right? Let me take this off. So I'm address this what he said because I have a problem what he just said, right? I got a problem with this. And he's saying that Scott Galloway is missing the point, but Hawk, you are the one who's missing the point. So here we go.
30 p.m. On Friday evening. I've had a really long day. I had to spend all day at continuing legal ed classes at a seminar for lawyers. And then there was a big dinner to go to after that. The dinner was fun. The day was long. It was just long. I mean, those things are just long. They're just long, man, you know? And as with all of these types of events, I was kind of primed for this, I guess, for this video that I'm going to make. You know, at a lot of these kinds of conventions where it's continuing legal aid or legal
Let,
ed,
let me
and, you know,
let me go ahead and skip over the intro because he's explaining something why he's in a foul mood. Let me try to.
woman. And I was aware of that while I was watching some of these panels, but not to the level that they are because I'm not a woman. Today. And I was aware of that while I was watching some of these panels, but not to the level that they are because I'm not a woman. And I started.
Yeah, ads. Yeah, I got ads too. Anyways,
It reminded me of a lot of things. You know, the stories, the endless stories that I heard from my mom. You know, she went to law school at night when I went to high school. I graduated from high school in '86. She graduated from law school in '87 and then began the practice of law. And she had done some clerking. And the endless number of incredibly misogynistic, sexist stories that she told me about experiences that she had. And
okay. Now listen. Now you apparently you are a baby boomer or a Gen Xer, right? Now, I want to ask this question though. Are you framing this from the perspective of a baby boomer or a Gen Xer? And if so, why are you then your analysis would be unfair to the millennials and the Zoomers, where girls, where there's more equality among our generation. If this is the case, then therefore you're being unfair. So I know I'm going ahead of myself. It seems that you're being unfair by what you just said. Just keep moving.
Things that I've heard from my friend Shahana going back 25 years, the things that I've heard from my friend Kim, and so many other, really close friends of mine who are attorneys who are also women. And then, there was a little bit of that today, and it was just like, it's November 2025. We still fucking doing this? Or seriously? I mean, I'm a fucking caveman, and I was picking up on this shit. And it was just like, what the fuck, man? It's just old white men who are gatekeeping so many things, who just want to fucking jack each other off to their egos and accomplishments. And except for one panel that I saw today, there was one panel that I saw was great, but it's just like, how long are we going to fucking do this, man? And, so I got through all that stuff today. I was really tired. I got home about 20 minutes ago. And so I opened up TikTok. And what the fuck do I see? I see Scott Galloway being interviewed by Ben Stiller. I think it's in Manhattan. It's some 92nd Street, whatever. And Ben Stiller, in his infinite wisdom, asked Scott Galloway the following question: why is it so controversial to talk about mentoring young men? Let's just start with that. I'm not aware of anywhere, any place, any time, any context where it's controversial to talk about mentoring young men.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is controversial. Yes, it is controversial. Because anytime somebody said, we need to talk to young men, the conversation always asks, well, can you bring the girls along? When President Obama did I forgot what it's called. What was the initiative that President Obama was trying to do in 2014? My Brother's Keeper initiative. When he was trying to help young African American and Latino boys in the inner city, it was shut down because of what about the girls? When there was I forgot the guy's name. I think he was part of the Voice for Men, which is a Manospherean website, which I again, I'm against the Manosphere, by the way. When he even tried to create the natural commission on the development of young men, he was scoffed at. He was scoffed at. So that's why it's controversial. Now, again, like I said, I'm African American. Scott Galloway might be talking about just white people, white men, but I do see. But since I'm in America, I see parallels, and I'm gonna show you the evidence that will back me up in a minute because I like graphs. I like charts. I don't talk out of my ass. I'll sit there and just show you why I see a problem. Keep it moving.
I think what Ben Stiller meant to ask was, why is it so controversial to blame young women for all of young men's problems? Young men who are red pilling themselves, who aren't going to college, who want to play video games for 27 hours a day, and somehow that's the fault of young women.
That is not the fault of young women. Men start playing video games. See, putting things out of the context of what Scott Galloway has been saying for years, it seems though you just discovered Scott Galloway. Scott Galloway said, and even I've been saying this even before Scott Galloway became famous. I said, listen, people are tuning out. Young men are tuning out. Even I tuned out. Even I tuned out. I tuned out of things not because of what you think it is. I tuned out because there's not incentives for myself as a straight heterosexual man. Now back then I was in my early 30s. I was in my late 20s, early 30s. I tuned the fuck out. I start doing other things. See what you don't seem to grasp. You know what? You know what? Let me just keep on going.
I think would be a more accurate representation of the question that Ben Stiller was asking Scott Galloway. Scott Galloway's initial response, the first words out of his mouth were, if you go into a morgue and there are 5 people who died from suicide, 4 of them would be men. And I'm just like, I am fucking sick to death of this Scott Galloway shit. He correctly identifies the problem. He incorrectly identifies the causes. He incorrectly identifies the solutions. And it just reminds me that response, if you go into a morgue and there are 5 people who died by suicide, 4 of them are men. That's probably true. Whose fault is that?
Missing the point. See, I can't stand when people make arguments, but then won't research what the problem is or what the subject is. That's why I have a problem with how some people try to frame arguments rather than identifying what is. We know this is a problem. We know there is a problem. What is causing the problem? See, but too many of y'all want to do this emotional, and when I say emotional, I'm not talking about women, right? I'm talking about men here, right? Some of y'all want to do emotional arguments or unintelligent arguments or misinformed arguments rather than arguments to the question. Why are there the increasing amount of self-deletions? I'm gonna do one thing right here real quick, right? You see, I'm going to show you rather than telling you. There is a problem. You know, I told B just ignore what is the real problem. See, women change, men did not, and that's a problem in unto itself. Women change, and that's a good thing. Women since 1945, women no longer have to depend on a man. Any man with a job would have been guaranteed, and I'm using guaranteed in quotation terms, right? Is guaranteed a wife, guaranteed a family, right? Any man that works in a that just have a job, a janitor, right? But then when like you see people who says, I'm using the Ebby K. Williams argument, where when she was asked, would you date a bus driver, and she was and Ebony K. Williams said no. Now there's two ways the school of thinking about the Ebony K. Williams part, right? Because Ebony K. Williams should never been asked that question. Why? Because she's a lawyer. Why should somebody of the upper middle class lifestyle will date somebody who is date or marry somebody who's who's four five zero, well, who's three zeros behind her every month on a monthly play on a monthly play pay. She's three zeros above him. A bus driver dating a corporate lawyer. She makes three zeros. No, excuse me. She makes six figures versus his four on a monthly basis. No, that's not a monthly basis. It's a little bit less than that, but it's more like five versus four. But anyway, you understand now. But the point is, there is this aloofness of how, because of the increase of boys' education versus girls' education. Now, right here, I'm showing you the college graduation. But when you start talking about in elementary school, and there's a book by Susan Hoff Sommers called "The War on Boys," where she talking about how boys are that the education system is more geared towards girls than boys, and is helping girls is is not making boys um develop in their education. And that's why, though, we have a bunch of that's part of the reason why we have derelicts, right? But the thing is, with what the thing I have with you, Hawk, is that you doing this blue pill simp argument. Okay, you're doing this blue pill simp argument, and this blue pill simp argument is not is the reason why men go to the red pill. If you hate the red pill so much, hold on, let me do this. Oh, let me get back to here. If you hate the red pill, then don't be a blue pill. The best way to get rid of the red pill community, the best way to destroy MGTOW, the best way to destroy the black manosphere, the best way to destroy SYSBM is to change the education levels between men and women, and make sure young men are no longer disinfected. There's a lot of young men who are not happy. I remember I was in my 20s, in my 30s. I was not happy. In fact, I'm not happy now. I'm in my early 40s. I'm still not in that happy position. But that's for a different reason. But Still not happy. But yet you never ask the question, why are women are more happier than young men? If we supposed to live under patriarchy, then how come patriarchy is not, I'm not benefit off of the patriarchy? That should be the question. That should be the question. How come young men, millennials, and zoomers are not benefiting off of patriarchy? Now I know what the reason is. Now there's some of us on here who wised up. You know, we wised up and see what was going on. All we gotta do is look at studies like this and look at other studies in South Korea, Japan, Western Europe, and we see the same trend. And then as for myself, I said, you know, I know what the problem is. Now I draw to my own conclusion what the problem is. Professor Scott Galloway also draw the same conclusion, because I've been saying this for at least 4 or 5, no, actually more than that. We got a problem with the elementary school level concerning boys. Boys will be giving Ritalin and mind-altering drugs based upon what Tommy Curry wrote in his book called Man Not, based on the book called War on Boys by Susan Hoff Summers. Those are 2 books you can read, but you know, the manosphere, they don't want to read these type of books because the solution is inside these books. They read it for the wrong reasons. They're trying to find it that, oh, it's women the problem. Women are not the problem. See, patriarchy, everybody say, well, you're a man. You're not benefiting from something wrong if you're not benefiting from patriarchy. Same way like how the mud seals, you know, the mud seals are not benefiting from white supremacy. It just gives the illusion that you are benefiting. It gives the mud seals, and when I said mud, I'm talking about the trailer park trash, the you know, the white lower class. You might sit here and say they benefit because they're white. They should benefit from whites. No. Patriarchy is a pyramid scheme. Patriarchy only benefits the top 15%. Everybody else is fighting for scraps at the bottom. Same way as white supremacy. Same way as capitalism. See, I'm not a strong opponent of capitalism. Well, I want y'all to know something. I'm not really a strong opponent of capitalism. I think that we need to have more of a Keynesian economics. See, the problem with America is since Reaganism and the Thatcher, Reagan, and McCalley. See, I'm gonna say something real quick. The 1980s messed the Western society up. Margaret Thatcher, Ronald Reagan, and Brian Mahoney controlled the Western society. Brian Mahoney ran Canada. Margaret Thatcher ran Britain. Ronald Reagan was president of the United States at the time. Those 3 individuals had the same economic outlook and the alt-real was conservative, and they did the same economic plan, supply line economics. You destroyed the mental institutions. You also destroy not only mental institutions, you destroyed the safety net, while the poor people crash. And you talking about, oh, well, we're gonna have supply under this belief that we're gonna have this. Yeah, you fit your sons to benefit your daughters. And now because of that, beat up, you're right. We become a me society. Because the 1980s was a decade of excess. And this is what he don't seem to grasp and understand. Right, right, Vito. I've been speaking about this for years. That's why, let me say something, May. That's why BGS hates my guts. That's why BGS can't stand my ass because he knows what I'm saying counters his argument. BGS's argument is women are the problem. BGS and those manager dudes, they think that, oh, women are the problem. Therefore, we must shame, blame, and explain on Keisha. You know, I had this discussion with um, let me tell you the origins, May. Let me tell you origins. How I came into this realm, right? Into this belief. For they're about repeat people. I want to say it's Jenny McDermott, Curious, Pure Butterfly Spirit, and I forgot, in Garage Autonomous, and Bewilder Ape. Shout out to Bewilder Ape. They told me something. Hey, especially Jenny did though. Jenny McDermott said, "Well, Big J, did like you ever?" Because Jenny McDermott is a feminist. She's a, you know, her and her husband, Bewilder Ape is her husband. If y'all don't, those of us who know who built Bewilder Ape is, his wife is Jenny McDermott. So both of them told me, well, why won't you look up why we are feminists? And so I start to read what they've been reading. Then I read the stuff that counters what they've been reading. And that's why I said though, SBE, shame, blame, explain, is a lie. Because the data is out there, but nobody wants to go by the data. Okay? Women are not the problem. That's why I've been saying, listen, you got to terraform the environment. Yeah, he's right. If you want to hide something from look, no. Look, let me be racial real quick. If you want to hide something from a Negro, put it in a book. Why you think Tommy will not talk to me directly anymore? Since now we got trolls saying, well, Big J wants Tommy Sotomayor to be president. You got this troll out there saying that, right? Why do you think Tommy don't want to talk to me? Yet though he went on Mr. DJ News channel, but yet Tommy been roasting me on Rumble for the past couple months. Yet he never want to directly talk to me. Why you think though why you think a certain grapist on YouTube decided to do a live stream about me a couple days ago? Because I am a threat. I am a political threat to BGS. Why you think though, Mr. Fantastic and all these niggas on here avoid me like a plague? See, they thought Big J was this. And yes, I got the gripe. I have gripes. Oh yes, I got the same gripes about the unfairness, the unfairness of hen of the heterosexual male. Now they want to talk about black women. Me, it's women in general. It's a Western women in general because I see it across racial lines. The same problem, me dealing with white women is the same problem I have with black women. I see it. They only do it in different ways. I see it. But like what I tried to tell people, too many of y'all worry about these Keishas and y'all worry about the trailer parks in the hood. You might want to get out of the hood and get out of the trailer park if you want a better environment. You can't just be bashing Keisha over the head and bashing Tina over the head. Tina is always gonna be in that trailer park. Keisha was always gonna be in that hood. Hey, what's the use bashing them over the head all the time? Well, all you can do is change yourself or change the environment so you attract the better outcomes. See, that's why. See, that's why May. Why you think I have a personal issue with Tommy? Why you think I have a personal issue with BGS and Anger Man? It's more than just a simple disagreement. In fact, they want to murk my ass, to tell you the truth. But they laid off of me since Taz and Nyla showed up. They laid off. They laid off of me. That's the goal right there, V-Dub. No more pills. No more blue pill, red pill. No more purple pill. No more sisterhood. No more spheres. That's what I'm for, right? That's the goal right here. That is the primary goal. You know, that's the primary goal. But you know what? Let me stop sharing that because I'm going off on tangent here. You know, I don't want to go off to you know because that was a 10-minute video he did in man, Mel. Come on, Mel. I can name you the names, Mel. There's one of them. There's one BWE woman I'm trying to sue. If I find out, well, let me shut up because you don't fuck with family. That what that heifer did early this year, she want to do what she did and went after a family member. That's all I'm going to say on it. You might know who she is, and she did it in that live stream in the back chat. That's why I say I will sue that bitch when I have the opportunity to do it. Because I'm not playing. I'm like I told you, females. Since I can't fight a woman, I surely will sue one. That's why your boy put that live stream on private. Oh man, I'm seething over. I've been seething over this for at least since March. I've been seething about this shit ever since March. If I ever find that bitch, she will get a lawsuit. And then there's that other one in the Dallas area talking about she work out of hospital, and then she talking about she want black men dead. See, I should have done something about that in 2016. I should have done something about that. But I was on that freedom of speech. No, fuck y'all freedom of speech at this point. Too many of y'all been getting away with shit. And I ain't just talking about you women. I'm talking about you niggas too, like Obsidian. Both of y'all are the problem. You know what? You're right. I should just skip that. I should have skipped that. I should skip that part because I'm still full of hate. There's too many of you niggas who I actually hate. Males and females. There are a lot of y'all who I just hate. Vita, they don't know. Vita, they don't know. Because you and I have been seeing the same thing. We've been seeing the same thing. Too bad I don't got the archives anymore. That's on my laptop that I need to fix the motherboard on. I had an old ass computer 10 years ago. I need to fix the motherboard on that. You know how much shit that was downloaded of them back chat conversations and the blog talk shows and all that little bullshit that was going on? Listen. Vita. One woman got on another content creator's channel talking about she asking white men to exterminate black men. She said this about 3 years ago, and this nigga sitting right there saying, there's no dare there. Go ahead, Vita. Go ahead. See, they don't know nothing. See these new content creators don't know shit. They don't. They don't know what the fuck going on. They think, this all came from Kevin Samuels and this all came from Obsidian. This shit been old. This war is about longer than almost long as Vietnam. Yeah, there are extremes on the both sides. And let me say this. Hold on. Let me scroll up to what Mel said right here. Right. Well, they had an anti-black woman website, Big J. Yes. I was on that website. I've been watching that website, and that website was atrocious. Talking to them niggas on that website is 10 times worse than listen to them on YouTube. What they said on YouTube is tame to what they said on that website. That free speech adventure website. That website was the most. It was like watching porn. And when I said porn, I'm being nice about it. Now, as for black women not having a website, no, I'm sorry, y'all do have a website. I can name you at least 3 websites. One of them is Lipstick Alley. The other one is Beyond Black and White. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Solid, that's the only reason why I go on that website is to watch the Rabbit Hole series starring David Carroll. Other than that, I don't go on that. That's the only time I go on that website. That's the only time I go on that website is if David Carroll saying, well, I'm gonna do the Rabbit Hole series, you go over there. Other than that, rest of it just trash. And then though, in one video over there that was scary, and you know what? I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed because I got an interview to do. But okay, Mel. Okay, Mel. Okay, Mel. Mel, you really don't know, Mel. You really don't know. I mean, I actually remember old girl said, I'm a nurse in Dallas and I want black and every time I see a black man go in the hospital, I want him to die. But you're a nurse. You got another one in Arlington, Texas, saying, in the Dallas Fort Worth area, saying, "Oh, I want, I'm a social worker, and I want black men dead." But you got these jobs that affects people's lives. Okay, okay, good, because some of us who've been here, but everybody was saying, "Well, Big J, why you get mad all the time?" Because I see this shit and it's not being addressed on the women's side. On the women's side, the shit was not being addressed. Now, now the thing is, women hide theirs, right? The women put their shit on private. To do these late night 1 a.m., 2 a.m. live streams, video saying all of that foolishness. That's why though you don't see the women saying it. But like, and this reason why I said black men are dumb, right? Black men, like let's say the Roger report. Roger Report would come online and say, black men this, black women ain't shit. Woo, 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 woo. Here, ambulance. What the hell going on? Anyway, yeah, and what like I heard on what's that new social media site? What's that other social media site where I saw these women asking white Ku Klux Klan members to kill black men? Clubhouse. When I saw that shit on Clubhouse the other day, they ain't nothing new. They ain't nothing new at all. That was nothing new at all, you know. But I was getting so pissed off that some of y'all thought I was bashing black women, and I didn't even use the term black women at all. Because I was going so hard dragging this Chris and Karazan so hard Y'all thought I was bashing black women, and none of my videos said black women are this, black women are that. I was just bashing her because of things that she was saying, and the things what Simone 56 was saying. Is she BWE? I don't know. Or which one you talking about? Simone 56? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Simone 56 is or was. I ain't seen her in years. She was a BWE. You know that shit she did to Jared Haggerly. That shit she did to Jared Haggerly. That was atrocious. She got that one. She got that man fired from both of his jobs. Not one job, both of his jobs. Both of his jobs were taken from him. Jared Haggerty was from East Texas, if I remember. I think that he was from Tyler. I remember that. That man went from one job, he got another job, and then all of a sudden he lost the other job in 2 weeks. I don't want to hear shit. You know, I don't want to hear shit from nobody. But you got some men on here, and I ain't gonna say his name. Some of y'all might know who I'm referring to, thinking I'm on some red pill shit. He think I'm on some red pill. I want to bash women upside the head and shit. I ain't gonna say his name, because I ain't give him no view. But he's part of the problem too for believing what these women are saying without actually looking at the evidence. You know. So where is the link? The link to what? I'm not gonna be here very long, Queen. I got that. Like I don't know, man. You saw my email. I got an interview to do. Wait a minute. Where is my extension cord? No, where's my? I got. Hold on. Let me plug this charger into his laptop. Yeah, let me plug in this laptop for a minute. I forgot to plug it in. You know, but I was doing a video, and I did not upload the video. But I gotta address this sorry piece of shit from Chicago, nigga. Don't you ever send me a fucking threat. And speaking about the men. Enough with the women. Let me speak on these men now. Bitch ass nigga, don't you ever send me a threat. Okay? You try to roast somebody, nigga. You can't even do a fucking discussion. Why you think Anger Man, O'Shea, and Obsidian never bring up your name up, bitch? But I know what you did. I know what your ass did though, my nigga. Yes, nigga, I'm fat. Next, and yes, nigga, I have a gut. And but when you said that I had my finger poked in my ass, yeah, you're right, because he's such a low rung on the ladder, he's not worth mentioning. But then I'm listening to this bitch ass nigga the other day. I think it was yesterday. And he talking about, why did you took your video down? Because you were playing my video on your fucking channel. So therefore, nigga, no. But anyway, nigga, I put the video back up. Oh, hold on. I exit the I exited the on my YouTube. Hold on. Exit my window. Hold on. Let me get back on YouTube, and I'll send you the link to that video with who I'm responding to. Let me see here, Queen. Let's see if I got it. I think this is it. I think this is it. Yeah, yeah. This is it. Yeah. You know. Now, Galloway does have a solution though, and um and it kind of because I actually made my own political solution to this, and it's going to have to be um it's going to have to even the playing field among class um at an early age. I mean, I think though everybody should have the same amount of education when you are in grade school, no matter what zip code you in. Because if you from a certain zip code, one's education is more value than the person from another zip code that's less than. So that's why I'm saying that capitalism is a problem when it comes to education. That's why I say I'm not really. That's why I'm questioning. I know some idiot going to say, "Well, Big J, are you a socialist?" No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not a socialist. But when it comes to capitalism, mix in with patriarchy, mix in with white supremacy, you having this nightmare, and it needs to be addressed. So I think though we need to have more of a collectivist mindset when it comes to education, and there's need to be even playing field so that the lower income boy can have the same amount of attention as the boy who come young man his same age when it comes to from those from the rich community, affluent community. I've been saying this for years. Even one of the first videos I ever made, I think it was like the third video I ever made, I talked about it. Zip code should not matter. The a quality education should not exist because of the should not be based off of a zip code you come from. Vito said, "Yeah, man, but okay, I tell me this then. But tell me this then, um, Mel. If that's the case, Mel, How come Atlantic Black Star, um, had a video of Crystal Swirls talking about black men need to be. You know what? Let me find that. Let me find that article. Let me find that article real quick. Let me find that article. Is Atlantic Black Star. This was like 7 years ago. And when I saw her on Atlantic Black Star, I was like, what the hell? Um, Let me go ahead and find this real quick. Y'all, I remember this. Hold on. Let me search. Search. Um, Even Atlantic Black Star did an article on this. I think it was called "Self-Hating Black Woman" or something like that. But she went in on black men. Let me try to find this article. It was a long time ago. They even had the video. I'm trying to find it. It was on Atlantic Black Star had it, and I remember I said that was my introduction to Crystal Swirls. That was my introduction to Crystal Swirls. And I didn't know she was on YouTube like that. Let me try to find it. It's somewhere. Damn, man. It's a long ass search. You know, I might do a separate video on this. 'Cause this is a long ass search. You know, since y'all since that is brought up. Not all black men are lust after Tommy Lauren. Oof, man. We got. I gotta go back in time in that one. Let me try to find it. I'm gonna do this one more page. I'm on page 5. I'm do page 6. I'm gonna do page 7. If I don't find it by that, but then I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give it up. I'm on page what page I'm on? 6 now. Because it was a video too. Wait a minute, hold on. Vida put the, hold on. Let me go. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Let me go on my YouTube real quick. Let me see here. Let me click V-dubs. Hold on. Let me do this one more search, and I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna go where V-dubs at. 'Cause you get on page 8, and after page 8, I'm gonna give it up. 'Cause I ain't gonna search for this all day. Cause I got things to do for the afternoon. So um, anyway, enough of that. Right? Enough of that.
I gave black women a warning to save black women that we were being invaded by transsexuals. But now I'm doing this last video.
Like she was kind of right about that. You know, she's right. There was some. Well, you know what? She was right. She was right about this prediction. That flew right over my head too. Anyway,
He stole from me, money from me out of my purse. He was getting into fights at school. I was running to the school every 2 weeks. I even had to transfer schools because it was getting so bad. He made my life a living fucking hell. And yes, I beat his fucking ass. But what else did I do? I kissed his ass. I tried to be nice to him. I used to buy him things, even though he didn't deserve it, hoping. I tried to buy his love.
okay,
Same. I'm not making up anything. My story has remained the same since 2007.
see, we I don't want to go into that. Yeah, I remember this story. Yeah, I'm yeah. I was yeah. Um his conclusion, right, is that he's putting the blame on Generation Z boys for why they're checking out. Okay, a lot of us millennial men had checked out, and I already said at the beginning of this live stream, I checked the fuck out when I was 27. I checked out of things. You know, I'm not gonna play that video that I remember that video, and I wanted to um well you're saying is a personal choice, right? But all of us checked out for a reason. You don't see two generations of men, young men checking out. Yeah, Vita, I really don't want to relive that right there. I just you know that last week was Love M. Yeah, I'm yeah that one. But anyway, about checking out, right? A lot of us checked out. And there are multiple reasons why we checked out. And there was also societal pressures as well. The church tells us, oh, if you're single by this age, you're selfish. How come you're not married? How come you didn't have a wife? How come you don't have a house at a certain age? You should have this career at this certain age. Now you get older men telling young men you should have this, that, and third by the age of 25. You know nobody knowing there was a recession in 2001, and there was another recession in 2005, and there was another recession in 2008. How the fuck can anybody get any of them things though you said that we was supposed to get? That's why I have a problem with boomers. That's a reason why I have the problem with the black church too. Well, actually, with churches in general, because the pastors be doing the shaming of young men while doing the Boab stories to girls. And then they say why some men went to the red pill community or veering towards the red pill community. When society creates disinfected men becomes, Queen, I'm not gonna be here very long because I got an interview. I seen your email telling you. Let me go ahead and drop this link to you, because yeah, like that's why I also have a problem with boomers. That's why I have a problem with older men, older black men at that, because they be saying that stupid bullshit to you, and you sitting there like, do you see how this shit working? How about though you go and do this shit? Well, I got this house for less than 25,000. No, 2,500. Whether that's 25,000 or 2,500, it's 10 times more than it was when you bought the house. I know. That's why some of us do not attend churches. That's why you see me over here on Sunday. You don't see me at church. What's going on, Queen?
Why are you disagreeing with this man? He didn't tell no lies.
Because I see what he's trying to do.
And what is it?
He's trying to say, well, it's your fault.
It is your fault. That's a personal choice.
That's not.
Women ain't out here checking out, and women get a short end of the stick too. You just set up here and said the church getting Boaz stories. Didn't we just watch a pastor bring a woman to the front of the church and shame the fuck out of her in front of everybody because she got pregnant? Okay. She got pregnant by herself.
Is there a car wreck or something?
Car wreck?
Hold on. Look at all the ambulances. What the fuck going on? Go ahead. What were you saying?
I said, didn't we just watch a young lady get shamed in front of a church because she got pregnant, as if she got pregnant on her own? So there is no women have it better than men. Everybody got their own struggles. These young dudes out here doing the shit that they do. That there ain't no. That's a personal choice. You choose to be a weak motherfucker. Men ain't going through nothing that everybody else in society ain't going through. So why in the hell somebody needs to rub butt hurt cream on their ass instead of them taking accountability for themselves and doing better?
Okay. Have you listened to the last thing he said? The last 5 minutes that Hawk
I
said.
the whole video.
Okay, what was the last 5 minutes that Hawk said?
He was talking about all them women that was getting killed by their damn spouses.
But that's not see. That's not what I'm talking about. It was something that he said before he said that.
Okay, what are you talking about?
He said Scott Galloway is identifying the problem, yet he's doing the wrong remedy. That's what he said.
He did say that.
Right. So my issue with Hawk is, then what is the remedy then?
But he didn't say remedy. He said he is defining the cause of the problem incorrectly. And I agree with that. Because all this shit that's being discussed, women face the same fucking problems.
You're not
we ain't out here killing our goddamn selves.
But you're not arguing. You're not talking about what I'm talking about. You're not talking, and what he's talking about is not what Scott Galloway's not talking about. We're talking about there's something going on when you see a educational gap and an employment gap. I've been saying that for years. There is a gap.
Why is it?
And Scott Galloway speaking it from a economic point of view. When you have, hold on, what happened? What happened? What happened? Did something happen?
Happen to them or none of that shit. Who told them they can't go to school? They chose not to go to school. Nobody set them up and said, "Nah, you can't go to school."
Why are people dropping out of school? Why are people dropping out of school then?
Because they don't want to do the work.
No.
Why are they dropping out of school? Please enlighten me. Because I went to school, I didn't drop out.
Some people don't get. Some people are not encouraged to go.
You don't need to be encouraged. Ain't nobody.
Oh my God!
Get up and wash your ass, do this. Somebody got to tell you to do that. Ain't nobody got to tell you to eat. So somebody got to encourage you to better yourself. That's a personal fucking choice. These motherfucking men out here weak, and they want to be coddled in their fucking weakness. And I agree with him. Don't nobody want to keep hearing these.
Okay. Then explain the educational gap. Explain why in the book by see. I read these books, Queen. War on Boys by Chrissy Hoff Summers. She's talking about why a white woman saying the same thing Umar's saying the same thing that Tommy Curry's saying. You having 6-year-old boys being fed Ritalin and Prozac.
Okay, that's a parenting issue.
No, hold on. And it feeds into what, and when these boys are being fed these psychotropic drugs, when they come adults, they're not thinking and functional. That's why you think half of black male YouTube is a bunch of dumb niggas.
Because they used to be.
No. They were.
They not dumb when they get up there and do this bullshit.
They are created. They are created. These individuals are created. And no. Let me say, Queen. Hold on. They are created, Queen. And I am not making them into a villain. I'm not making them into a victim either. Because them niggas got to go too. But at the same time, let's not sit there and actually come on.
They're not dumb. They are smart enough to put together the bullshit that they put together to spin propaganda and do all of that shit. If you smart enough to do it for some shit that you're entertained by, you smart enough to do it.
They only
You're smart
repeat
enough
what
to do
somebody
it.
else. These niggas only repeat what white conservatives tell them to say.
If they smart enough to put it in a package to get people to listen to them, they smart enough to put it in a package and better themselves. They choose not to.
The reason why because the social media companies created will refuse to abide by the terms of service in their community guidelines.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Oh
These
yeah, yes
niggas
it
is
is.
making,
Yes it does. Yes it does. Because there's government reports showing that the McCain Institute
that don't got
tells you
shit to
no,
do with
hold on.
motherfucker making a personal choice to be a
The
jackass.
McCain Institute, telling you that. The Southern Poverty Law Center is telling you that.
Telling me what?
Oh my God. See, that's why in my video I said hold on. That's why in my videos I said check the links. When every time I do a video, what I said at the beginning, check the links for the references on what I'm talking about. I always been saying that. Check the links when I'm saying. I'm not tucking out of my ass. I don't. Now there's something going on that and there is a historical problem when you dumb down people down. When you dumb down society, you create monsters like this.
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit at all. Because the only way your child gonna be pumped full of medication is if you allow them to be pumped full of medication. And if you are a man and you
all you gotta do is read. I don't know why people are so anti-research. I don't know why people out here.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Black YouTube is notorious of not doing their research.
No, I don't need to do no damn research.
No. Research matters.
No,
facts matter.
It don't.
Yes, it do. Facts matter.
Let me tell you
research
something.
matter.
I'm gonna just go and let you know. I got a autistic child in here that got ADHD. I ain't never had. I'm talking.
No, do not bring children in this. We're talking about a societal level.
I have never had a behavior problem.
We're not talking about your kid.
He ain't had to do none of that shit. So you can't use this shit as an excuse to somebody that knows. I'm gonna tell you something else. I done had other children come through my house that didn't come out my motherfucking womb that I helped. And you can't tell me this bullshit. These is excuses. These motherfucking men are choosing to be bums. And that is a reality that needs to be accepted. And people need to get in their ass about why they behave the way that they do, because society ain't did shit to them that it hasn't done to everybody else. Women body just as bad as these men do, but they not doing half the shit that these men are doing that is harming society. You don't see no goddamn women shooting up fucking schools and public places and shit like that. You see, I think it was one chick that did that shit. One, women not doing this shit. We go through the same shit. The economy ain't just fucking over men. It's fucking over women too. Guess what else happens? These women get stuck with motherfucking babies that the niggas that help create them don't help them with. So not only do they have to take care of themselves, they gotta take care of these little crumb snatchers. Ain't nobody trying to hear this shit. All this shit is a personal choice.
Okay, Queen. Remember last week when I was cussing out Brownsville out, and I was cussing out that bitch ass nigga Ashton?
Yeah.
Now you come over here yelling at me, right? But over there you telling me to calm down. No. You see I'm about to go here. So I'm trying to have a conversation with you. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but yet you over here yelling at me though.
Well, you can't have a conversation with me if you're gonna overtalk me while I'm talking.
No, but you was raising your voice though.
Because you're over talking me while I'm talking. A conversation is you let somebody finish their thought, then you respond. That's how a conversation works. See how my voice just came down? Because you're not over talking me now.
My voice had been down ever since though you was yelling.
That's fine. But if I have to overtalk you, then it means I have to be louder than you. So if you don't overtalk me, I won't yell.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I say anything about single mothers? I ain't said nothing about no single mothers.
But that's the whole point. There are women that not only have to take care of themselves, they have children that they have to feed. They have little to no support, but they still manage to keep moving. They still manage to improve. Ain't no excuse for these sorry ass men. The bottom line is they're fucking sorry. They're fucking weak.
But what
What the
about
fuck
the
is so?
economics? See, what about the economics that uh that Scott Galloway be talking about? The economics behind it.
So the economics only affect men?
Oh my God.
No, I just need you to make it make sense. Because last time I checked, the economy uh, affects everybody.
Since
So
1945, go ahead. I can't explain shit.
no, go ahead. I'm listening. I want you to explain it because
since
I really want to understand. Because I'm tired
since
of this
since
po me
since
man shit.
1945, how much did it took to power up a power plant? How many men does it took in 1945 to power up a power plant?
I don't know. The fuck?
Okay, it took 50 niggas to dig up coal up to power up a power plant. Now it only takes 3. So therefore, cannot you cannot sit there and equate 1945 with a 2025 concept. Men did not change. Women did. Women improved. Men did not improve.
Again, that's a personal choice.
No, you can't sit there. Okay. We're gonna do it like this, then, Queen. Since you want to do this, it's a personal issue rather than a Western society issue. Okay, Queen. Let's use the term black and white. Let's racialize it then.
Okay, let's go.
Why did black people stay low? You see what I'm talking about? Why
Black
did
people
black
stay
people
low
stay in the
because of
same course
systemic
white?
racism.
Oh, now though you see how the argument is. Now though you
No,
want to now though you want to collectivize the argument when
no, I'm not.
anybody else can sit there and say, well, you need to pull up by your bootstraps. Now you sound like the white conservative when they talk about us.
No.
Now, going back to my original position,
Mm-hmm.
men did not change. Women did. Women excelled. Men stayed the same, and there is a problem. There is a problem because this is a pyramid scheme that dumbs down men down because the top layer of men dumb down the bottom level of men because they want to keep things the same. And like what Ty City said, Grandpa sold this country out, and he's right about that part because Grandpa fucked up this whole entire scheme up, and that's why in 2025 we're having problems all over the planet, all
No.
over the industrialized countries,
No.
from Japan, South Korea, United States, Britain, and here and everywhere else that has a great economy. Men are not excelling.
Men are not excelling because they choose not to excel. I don't give a damn what kind of excuse
Then why
you come up. Hold on.
are college educated men failing? How come though they're not getting what their fathers got or their grandfathers got?
Well, number one, ain't nobody getting what they grandparents and great grandparents got because our economy is nothing like it was. That's number one. What I do know, there ain't shit stopping you from getting an education, but
I
maybe
never said that.
a
I never said that. I never said that.
maybe maybe a financial barrier, if anything. But you can go get your ass an education. Men not even doing that. They not even going to trade school. This shit is personal choices. I'm gonna tell you something. What I know as far as black folk go, it's a lot of women in the '90s getting pregnant, being single mamas, getting on welfare. You know what they said? This ain't good enough for my kids. You know what they did? They went and got an education. That's why you had all this influx of all these black ass nurses all of a sudden. Cause they like, I gotta better myself so I can do better for my children. These men, they ain't trying to better themselves. All they looking for is an excuse to be sorry. Life ain't easy for no motherfucking body. And I'm sick and tired of hearing all these fucking excuses from these men in a system that's fucking built and created for me. Don't make no damn sense. Why
It's
the
built
fuck
for
you can't
rich
get
men.
an education? The damn school
Built
tell
for
you,
rich
oh
men.
no, you have a penis. You can't come in here. Fuck no.
It's built for rich men.
Okay, so what about the women that's not rich that go through the school? Because I don't remember my teacher giving separate assignments in none of my classes for the men and
Why
separate
why
assignments for the women.
why is it when you're talking you're individual in it? When I'm talking about the Western society.
What college,
We
what
are
university
we are no
segregates the
we
school
are
work
we
between men and
are
women?
Dr. Helen A. Smith, Susan Hoff Summers, Esther Vilar, Tommy Curry. Their studies, their books, I read there. I read those studies and books.
Okay, then tell me what's in the studies in the books.
See. Then why are we having this conversation then? If you
No,
did not,
see. If you read it, you should be able to articulate it. Stop playing with me.
no. I've been talking
Oh,
about
you
this
can't
for
articulate
years.
it.
No, hold on. I've been talking about this for years.
You can talk about it till you
Right,
turn
right,
blue in the
right,
face.
right. That's why me and B just have beef because he don't want to acknowledge the truth. He want to blame it on women.
I answered
See,
a direct question.
hold on, no. I'm gonna answer the way I'm going to answer it.
I should get a direct answer.
And you will.
Okay,
But let me finish the point. Why you
go
think do
ahead.
I have a beef with the manager about? They blame it on women for their failures in life. When I'm trying to tell these clowns, women are not the problem. It's that system is the problem, and there is an educational and a housing gap. That's y'all's problem. Y'all should be focused on those two areas: education, housing, and employment. Those are three areas that should be the problem that should be discussed among men. Why though there's lacking in development of families and marriages and all and everything else that come along with it. That's why I have beef with them. Now
Uh huh.
back to your question. Back to your
Yes.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Since between 1978 and 1982, men and women were equal in education.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some of the economics changed in 1982, where women just skyrocketed again.
Now,
Now,
what would cause that?
well, a lot of things caused that in 1980. There was a recession on. There was the recession of the early 80s under Reagan. There was also the gold shock of 1971 that Richard Nixon caused. That helped that actually kicked black men out the household. It wasn't welfare, you know. See, but anyway, it was the drug war. It was a lot of other shit that the reason why, and it was economics that destroyed the middle class of the 80s and 90s, and that's why some
So
men
how does
could not.
that?
That's why there
What
was no
that?
upper mobility. That's why there's no upward mobility
So how would it affect men and not affect women?
because those jobs were mostly male male dominated jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Those
in the
male-dominated
jobs.
jobs that was being affected.
Oh, okay. So the male dominated jobs were affected, and then what? Society stopped running.
I didn't say society still ran,
Mm-hmm.
but America went from a lender country to a debtor country, and also at the same time, it also went from um, a manufacturing society to a service society based society.
So what? Men can't serve their communities.
Men became bus drivers. Men became uh you know like me. I do plumbing. I had to do some bullshit ass jobs, but yet again, I'm not making about me. I'm talking about society, Western society in general. I'm gonna say it again. Western society.
There are
I'm not
plenty
talking
of
about
jobs.
black society. I'm not talking about black society. I'm talking Western society. It's across the board in Western countries of this phenomenon.
The phenomenon is these men lazy as hell. That's the phenomenon. Like what? Why is we skirting around everything except for the fact that these
Because
motherfuckers is lazy?
because the research suggests otherwise.
What and what is this that the research suggests otherwise? Because I ain't heard shit that suggests that the
Because
research is otherwise.
why is it that every time when I bring up evidence, nobody wants to read the evidence, but yet everybody want to downgrade my argument and tell me and say though, well, everybody's lazy. Yes, I do know people around here are lazy. That
No,
they're always
men.
going to be
I'm
lazy
specifically
people.
talking about men. And guess what? I can say all men. I'm not saying just black men, Asian men. I can say all men because now I live up here with these goddamn white folks and they just as trifling as the rest of these men. And it ain't because somebody's stopping them. It's because they sorry ass don't want to get off their ass and do shit.
Really, then how come though the American, the North American working class do more work with less pay?
Because
In the
we live in
ratio
a fucked up
in
capitalistic system.
wait, say that again.
We
Say it
live in
again
a
for me,
fucked
Queen.
up we live in a fucked up capitalistic system.
Oh my goodness. Say it again for me, Queen. I
We
want to
live
hear,
in
hear,
a
hear.
fucked up capitalistic system.
That's all. We can end it right there, Queen.
No,
We
we
can end
can't.
it right there. No, Queen.
Because
We
there's
can end
jobs
it right there.
available.
No. We can end it right there, Queen, because
No,
you
we
just
can't.
said it. Because
No, we can't. Because it's
the
really
ratio, people work more harder for less pay in 2025.
and that's true. But what they got to say for these
Wait.
motherfuckers that don't got no job?
Say it again, Queen. Say it again, Queen. You
What
said
do
it's
that
true,
got
right?
to do
Did,
with the
did I
motherfuckers
did what
that don't work?
did I say what I said? Was it true, Queen? Was it true, Queen? What I just said?
Yes, it's true. But what
Well
they got
then,
to do
well,
with the motherfuckers that
then
refuse to go?
that is what Scott Galloway been saying. That's what I've been saying.
They don't got nothing to do with these sorry ass motherfuckers that don't got no job and no education and ain't trying to get one.
Queen, we're not talking about the J Princes of the world.
That's got to
We're
be
not.
who you talking about. Because if you're not talking about the J Princes
We're
of the world,
talking. We're
then the
talking. We're
issues
talking.
that
We're
are
talking
plaguing
about
these
the
men are
aggregate.
not
We're
issues that
talking.
don't plague the women as well. Therefore,
We're
there is
talking
no excuse
about
unless
the
we all
aggregate.
sharing the same excuse.
We're talking about the aggregate.
Okay, so at what point do this not become an issue of personal choice? Because like I said, women face the same adversity in this society, but women ain't doing what these men do.
Not when you have an education system that's not being equal between boys and girls.
What's not equal about the education system?
What's been taught, what the education system at an early age is geared towards girls, not boys. It should have been equal. That's the starting point.
What do that mean?
Oh my God. just
Look, making arguments and not being able to explain it don't help your point. And I
what are
legitimately try to
what
understand. I don't see
what
no
what
difference
what what what
in.
are the percentage? What are the percentage of men that are working, Queen?
Hell, I don't know.
Well, Queen, but how can you say you don't know? But then, though, you said everybody is lazy.
I didn't say everybody is lazy. I said the men that's doing this
You just
goddamn complaint.
did. You
No,
said
that's
you
not.
said you said all men are lazy. You said that about 2-3 minutes ago.
So what I made was a generalization, and that's not all men, because that's ridiculous. If all men was lazy, we wouldn't have a society. I'm talking about these motherfuckers that do the complaining, because most of the people that sit up here and do this complaining ain't fit for society, don't contribute to society, ain't worth a damn. Them
I'm
the
not
ones I'm
talking about,
talking about.
but I'm not talking about them. See,
Anybody that's sitting up here doing this shit
I'm talking
is,
past them.
mm-hmm, like how?
I'm talking past them.
Okay. What pass them like how? Because men that's out here being productive are having the same complaints that every productive citizen in America is having. It's not just a male issue, it's a societal issue. But when you decide that you need to start blaming other people for your problems, that's a personal choice. When you decide that you need to go out here and kill other people because you ain't getting where you want to go, that's a personal choice. So again, when is it not a personal choice? Last time I checked, my children went to the same school, had some of the same goddamn teachers. What is this education gap and this inequality that the fuck you're talking about? Because I don't, and I'm an active parent. So I've seen all kind of school districts, been in school board meetings and all of that shit. What is this inequality? It's a bunch of bullshit. Now, if you are a parent and you allowing
How
your child,
can you say it's bullshit?
if you are a parent and you allowing
How
your child to be pumped full of medication and you don't make sure that your
how
child is doing
can
simple shit like reading and all of that shit, that's a parenting fail. That's a parent failing their child.
how,
So
how
again,
can you say it's bullshit
mhm, it's bullshit.
when there are professors and people who do studies
Uh-huh.
seeing what's going on in society?
So they can see what's going on in society. And if the school tell you that you need to medicate your child, guess who decision it
We're
is at
not
the end of.
we're talking about a combination of factors, Queen. We're not talking about just tropical medicate tropic medication. And no,
Okay.
I'm going to do an interview at 3 o'clock. I want to go to bed. I don't know why people want to hit the link when I said I was going to do a short live stream. I was going to address him and I was going to end the live stream.
Well, go to bed.
Now, I happen to agree with Scott Galloway. I think that what needs to happen is do what FDR did in the 1930s. We need to bring back the WPA, the WWPA, and get these idiots offline and get their minds right and bring back mental health wards. That's what I think needs to happen. And I've been saying that for years. Finally, somebody, well, the white man had to sit there and say it because these niggas online they think it's women's fault. Oh, it's a black woman's fault for this. It's Keisha's fault. No, no, this is this issue is bigger than than women.
Bring back the what?
The the Public Works Administration, bring that shit back.
For what? Why?
Bring it back. You drive these boys and doing shit. Make things worthwhile.
So they can't just take their ass to trade school and go into a trade. That's that's so difficult to do, right?
Just do it. Do what FDR and Eisenhower did. I would do it.
So if they won't even take their ass to trade school, what make you think they gonna sign up for some government program?
You got people who have degrees who don't have jobs, Queen.
That means you got a degree in a bullshit ass field. So either you gonna go back to school and get a degree.
Not all degrees are bullshit. Not all degrees are bullshit. You got people around here who got master's degrees.
In what?
I'm tired, Queen. I've been up all night.
All right.
This
yeah, I'll do it on my channel.
Because I already set up my plan up, and I'm tired playing on the sidelines, talking to dumb niggas online, and I see what needs to be done, and and I see history repeating itself. Anytime when you have men, young men at that, being disaffected within society, and then they turn to charlatans and demagogues, and we see demagogues all the time, just like D. Derail. We see demagogues like Umar, and what's so sad, we got one in the White House that young men are praying to, and that motherfucker is the commander-in-chief. Now, we've seen this happen in Spain, in France, in Vietnam. The same argument is the same group, the same types of men who feel lost, and they turn to violence, or they turn to some other type of unhealthy release. And no, it needs to be stopped. I see history repeating itself. Oh yeah, hold on. You play that D Derail song. You know what though? Let me end this on a high note. Let me end this on a high note, because yeah,
Don't hit the end button.
Why?
Because I'm gonna continue the discussion on my channel. So don't hit the end button. I'm just gonna take your channel down.
Do what?
Just don't hit the end button.
Yeah, let me go ahead and.
I done lost my damn phone. That's what I'm talking about here. That's why none of this stuff BJ talking makes sense to me. Because I don't see how they struggle is any more difficult than a woman's struggle. Like, what are we talking about here? And I do believe if we really want to play burden, women carry the hardest burden because they the one got to raise these knuckleheads that turn out to be nothing.
Why are you trying to gender war? I'm not.
It's not a gender war. It's not a gender war.
Like you are. No, but you are gender warring, because you're because like your default position is, oh, we women, you men suck. We women are good. That's not the argument I'm talking about. That's not the argument I'm on.
But that's not what I said.
No, but like you did earlier. My argument is on.
No, that's what you understood. That's not what I said.
No, No, I understood complete what you're saying
No,
because
you
when
didn't.
I
You
thought
are
no,
clearly
no,
expressing to me
no,
right now that you did
what
not
what
understand what I said.
what I said was there's a pyramid, there are three pyramid schemes that is failing. This idea of patriarchy is failing because the only top 15% benefits off of the only top 15% of men actually benefit of patriarchy. That's part of the reason why though you're seeing the way it is. So does capitalism. Same way.
And what does it have to do with gender?
Because patriarchy is only exists so that the top men is only benefit the top part of men. Now hold on, let me try to find this. Let me try to find this because there are people who hold on.
Right. I'm not gender warring. The thing is, young men was the topic that was being raised. And I'm like, why is it specific to young men? Because none of the things that's so called causing these things solely affect them. It affects society as a whole. So why are we singling out young men as if they have some type of unique problem? No, they don't. This happens to everybody.
You know what? I'm going to do like this, Queen, because I don't. Yeah, yeah. It's the complaint about men, right? When you start complaining about men, that's when you made it a gender war.
So I do believe that Hawk's video was complaining about Professor Scott Galloway centering his conversation about why it's so hard for these young men. And all the arguments that I have heard for this don't hold motherfucking water. Because these men ain't going through nothing that everybody else in society ain't going through. Either you gonna step up to the plate, you gonna.
Do you listen to what Scott Galloway said?
I've listened to a couple of his videos and I'm going to repeat it again. He has not said anything that does not apply to everybody in this society that is in the working class or under the working class.
You know what? This is the book that I read. All right, I read her book.
Mhm.
That's all I'm going to say. Now there are other books I read. See, I can identify what is the problem. So did Scott Galloway identify the problem. Yet we allow the Assyrians and the Angermans and the BJS the bitch niggas like BJS Ignore to make about, oh, it's women's fault, when it's actually is the structure itself that is engendering or that is encouraging the problem. It's being encouraged.
And yet
And I'm
somehow,
not here
no,
to racialize it either because my whole argument because my argument is not contingent on just black people, because I keep mentioning industrialized nations or Western society. So I'm not talking about black society.
yeah, neither am I. I'm talking about people as a whole. So like, but it's only one
No,
group of
no,
people that's out here.
okay, Queen, but how can you just did that when you when you use your children, your experience? That's
I am
just you
gonna
and
use
your
my
kid.
children and my experience. No, it's
Why?
not just me. It's
That's not even fair argument. That's not a fair argument because you using your experience against against what people been reading and researching.
You can talk about what people been reading and researching. Why you don't got no research about the people that talk about the children that are successful?
And then though, hold on. I'm glad you see, V-Dub, you actually remind me of something, V-Dub, because at the beginning of this live stream, I mentioned I mentioned my brother's keeper initiative. I was hopping up. I was pissed off at Obama for giving in because those black pastors told Obama don't do my brother's keeper. Anytime there's an initiative for young boys, it's always say, what about the girls? The Boy Scouts. What about the girls? The girls already got their Girl Scouts. Why you want to put girls and boys, the Boy Scouts? That's the argument I'm trying to have. No, this is a structural problem to actually demigrate the straight heterosexual male at an
How is
early age.
hold on? How is a girl being a part of Boy Scouts, which I don't agree with, by the way? But how is that denigrating a male? Please explain it to me.
V-Dub, you're right. That's part of the argument. That's part of the argument. There are empowering programs for girls are empowered, boys are not. All
Okay,
right.
so where are the men
And
to
that
make that
then,
empowerment happen?
well, the churches failed men. These old baby booming ass niggas failed their millennial sons and their Zoomer grandsons. I wouldn't say
Okay.
title. I wouldn't say title 9 because I'm not gonna use Title 9. That's a manosphere trope. Use Title 9. That's a manospherian trope. I'm not gonna use that. I'm not being disingenuous, pure. Why won't people?
That's the shit I don't understand. Because if I got a degree and I couldn't get no job in it, that mean number one, I ain't do proper let alone a master's at that. That mean when you got your bachelor's, you didn't even look in the workforce to see if your bachelor's would be valid. You went and continued the degree in the same place where you couldn't get a job, and now somebody's supposed to feel bad for you. No, that's your dumb ass. You should have been paying attention to the job market and moving accordingly. Or you take your ass back to school and you find something that's valuable. That's how that works.
Yeah, but the cost of education went up too, though. But anyway, back to the point, though.
The cost of education went up for
The
women as
people,
well, and they still go get
I
that
know
shit.
that, and I know that.
And they still go get it. So like there is no excuse for these men out here fucking failing. That is a choice. Life is hard. I get it. It
So
fucking
wait a minute.
sucks.
So wait a minute. So according to your logic, slavery was a choice too, right?
No, I don't believe that slavery was a choice.
Then what upholds slavery?
A system.
Right. Okay. What are who conducts our education?
The government.
Which is part of what? The system, right?
Yes, what they got to do with men, because men created the system for men.
Yeah. And those men, grandpa sold this country out. I'm gonna keep on saying it. Grandpa sold this country out.
You can say it till you turn purple, orange, and blue.
Shout out to Ty City. I got shot him out for saying it. Grandpa sold his country out.
And grandpa could have sold this whole 500 times.
And his grandsons is getting his ass beat.
He could have sold this whole a million times.
For like the past 60, 70 years, grandpa sold this country out, and his grandsons, his great grandsons are getting their asses kicked. His
You know
grandchildren
what's
getting his ass kicked.
interesting to me? Because when I was growing up, I was looking around at the adults around me and looking at how they live their life and all this type of shit. And I was like, oh, that don't look like fun. I think I don't need to do that when I grow old. Oh, that look fucked up too. I think I don't need to do that neither. So you mean to tell me for the past 70 years, these motherfuckers grew up seeing these people out here making all these kind of fucking mistakes and decided that they was gonna walk the same path? That's stupidity. That's a fucking choice.
Hold on.
You know why they get to make this choice? Because they live in this whole society where when it became equal for everybody to compete, they decided that men was being given a disadvantage and started crying boo-hoo instead of saying step your motherfucking game up. And so now you got all these sorry motherfuckers out here talking about, oh, I can't make it because this, that. Everybody else is making it.
Where did I say, Mel? Where did I say that at? Now y'all are being disingenuous. Now y'all are being disingenuous.
You have
Right
yet
here.
to explain to me how education is unequal. You have yet to explain to me how come these men can't go out here and get an education and a job in a way that specifically targets men. I have yet to hear an argument about how it specifically targets men because everything that you have said affects women too. But guess what? When you got a hurdle, you jump over the motherfucker. And that's what women do. Men lay down on the ground and cry about the hurdle being there.
You don't see these women online talking about I need a man now, and I wish I got married younger. There are women online talking about I wish I could have somebody now.
And what do that mean?
Are you going to explain that part?
Did they say, "Oh my God, I can't make it and everything
Oh
is
yeah,
horrible"?
yeah,
They doing that?
yes they are. Yes they are.
Oh, okay.
Yes
But
they
then
are. They're
y'all,
actually doing that. They're actually
okay.
doing that.
Well, go get them, and y'all wipe them up, and then everybody can be
No,
happy.
that's not my argument. My argument is why won't you tell those heifers to get their weight up? Because if you're going to equalize the argument, right? Then you got to, instead of you pointing fingers at men, you need to tell those women too.
Yes, pure. There are plenty of programs in society for men. The thing
I know
about it
that.
is, men don't want to go out there, look for them, or do the work that is
I know
required to
that.
get into these programs.
I know that.
This is why I can't sit up here and agree with your argument. I can't
I know that. I
because
know that. But
it's not possible.
everything you said is correct. You're talking about the individual. I'm talking about the systematic. The
You ain't
systemic
told
problem.
me nothing systemic because you ain't explained to me why these men can't go get an education. And when I say education, I'm not talking about universities. I mean, there are plenty of trade schools. Nothing stopping them from going to go
We
get an education.
we removed trade schools from public education.
And trade schools are back in public education.
I know that. I know that. But
So
we're talking about that was a systemic problem when they removed trades carpenting school. See, in my high school, I'm talking about school. I used to weld. I weld because, well, I got my grandpa that taught me how to weld. My uncle taught me how to weld. But when I was doing welding class for ag, because I used to make trailers and shit to load cows on, right? So we used to do welding. But if you go to bigger schools, they don't do that. You go to the inner city schools, they don't do that. But I come from a country ass school where we do country shit. But
yeah, they don't do
right, but
that.
the thing is though, if you go anywhere to San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, they don't do no man class. No, I don't know why I'm calling it man class. They don't do classes like that. No, when it comes to the women's side, there's home ec. But when it's time to
No,
do,
it's not. Home ec was removed by the time I got to the 7th grade.
really, really, are you
Yes,
sure about that? You sure
I'm
about that?
positive because I was
Okay.
excited to take home ec. I got to take one semester and it was eroded. So no, home ec does not
Are
exist.
you sure about that?
I'm 100% sure about that. Home ec does not exist anymore. That's what I'm saying. There is nothing that is affecting men that's not also affecting women. So sitting up here trying to make these excuses, it sounds like a bunch of
I'm not
bullshit.
making those.
If the
I ain't making those excuses.
not you, I'm talking about Professor Galloway. Because if the conversation was about how the system is affecting society and the working class, then I can get on board with it. I can't get on board with somebody sitting up here talking about a systemic problem that's affecting men and women that are trying to be productive in society and only gearing the issues as if they're only toward one group of people. Because that's bullshit.
Well, I'm going to sit here and say this, Queen, and I hope I don't wake up too late for this interview. But I listen to people outside of Black YouTube, like Chrissy Hoff Summers, Helen A. Smith, and now Scott Galloway. So I listen to them. I mean, the things I seen and what they write about, it kind of validate what I've been seeing. And it's like, though, okay, you know, one side, one population is acceding while the other ones is stagnating, and you can't always say they're lazy, because yes, there are lazy people. We got people like Jay Prince, right? You know, Jay Prince is a lazy piece of shit. But you know what? I gotta talk about that. I gotta talk about that part because I'm about to be mean here. What I'm about to say, and it's about the rewards issue, right? Rewards and incentives. How come niggas like him get to be protected while productive individuals don't? See, that pisses me off. But it's on the women's court on that shit, because y'all coddled that piece of shit.
Right, Mel.
Mel, why you keep talking about?
Right.
I never hear excuses about black women. Who talking about black women? Nobody. Nobody's talking about black women.
Psycho kitty hell.
Whoa. Time out. Hold on. Charcoal Kitty. I saw you on Miss Elite's channel talking shit, talking about you was over on her fuck ass channel talking about I was talking about you for 6 hours. What's up with that bullshit? See, you might want to keep my name out your funky ass mouth.
Oh.
Because I saw you over there talking all that bullshit over there on that woman's channel.
Tragic.
See, she made a great error to come on my channel talking shit while she was on that woman's channel saying, oh, he was talking about me for 6 hours. Only talked to you about what, 15 minutes, and I kept it moving. And now you want to sit there and play victim. Let me say something too while we're having this conversation though, because yeah, the mood has changed. The mood has changed. Oh, you was told. You was told, right? Who told you? I made a 6-hour live stream about you. And then you sit there on your tail feather in that damn chat room, putting out in the windows out.
Yes, she is pure. She probably over there on my channel.
Now it looks like though she's on my second channel because I'm simulcasting on my second channel. Oh, she's on Queens. Okay. I don't know why my name was in your fucking ass mouth. Now what you and Rude did, that was atrocious. Yes, Queen is cybercasting this.
Yeah, because I want to continue this when Big J go to sleep. So me and Pure can talk about this nonsense.
Oh, because you was talking crazy on Taylor's channel. That's why. And I was concerned about your fucking safety. Well as Rude's.
Hey, Pure.
Okay. I may help you out, Choco Kitty. You and Rude are in the same city. And y'all carrying on this foolishness, and I was scared that something might happen. So forgive me if I gave a fuck. Forgive me for giving a fuck of trying to pour water on a fire that I was scared something might happen. Oh, it was never going to happen? Then why did you carry this shit on then? Then why in the fuck did like you carry the shit on then? See, your comprehension is bad. I said, why would you try to have sex with a woman you just called a
Amen.
bitch? Why would you call a woman a bitch that you trying to have sex with? Any woman might turn right back around and said, you insulted me. That was what I said. But yet you act like I said, though, you was going to do that. I was talking to him about the possibility that it might have happened. And that made me scared. And I was. I'm not, call me a punk ass bitch for saying it. Call me a little girl for saying it. But I was scared. I was scared for the both, for him and you at that point. And like I said, I should have stuck to my own rule that I made back in March. Stop going on black panels. Because I can't tell if y'all being serious or y'all out here trolling. I can't fucking tell the fucking difference. I really can't. The shit that y'all two was doing. What is so funny about that shit? I was serious. I don't want to hear no story of two YouTubers met up and some tragedy happened. But oh well. Let me see if my kin folks is coming over. Then I go to bed. Shit. I mean, I'm serious, man. Man. My blood pressure was high and shit that whole night. I appreciate it. Who is she talking to? Who male talking to? I appreciate it.
You, she talking to you. She laughing at you because you said you was concerned and she appreciates your concern.
Oh, okay. I thought, okay. I was fucking concerned and shit, and I was trying to tell him, you chill the fuck out and shit. I mean, because I was like, no, y'all two live in the same city, and y'all doing this shit. And I was like, no, don't do it. Okay, well, anyway, I'm tired.
Go to bed. I would close your stream out.
All right, but now here's Chrissy Hoff Summers explaining what I've been trying to convey, but I don't know, I can't articulate it right now, but I got to play this, y'all. I gotta play this because everybody. Oh, shout out to Super Sly for talking about it last night. I missed the show. Too bad I was at work. Anyway, let's go ahead and play this on my way out. All right, we're gonna stop sharing that. So I'm gonna get off of here. This show is
What happened
yours.
to that white lady video?
Oh, you want her video? Hold on. Let me. I hope this is the right video I got because I got the other one somewhere else. Hold on. So if you want to review this or not, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
review. Put the link in
Oh,
the back. I get it. Let me set my
okay,
computer up and pull this shit up so we can try to see if you got a valid argument.
but I think it's on the same book, but I don't know what her. This is on C-SPAN. You can put it in the private chat.
Wherever it said, we gonna look at it. We gonna visit Professor Scott Galloway as well. Mm-hmm.
So your argument is the problem. We see the problem is that our or his remedy is wrong. Is what you're saying, right?
No, Hawk said his diagnosis of why it exists is incorrect,
But
and I
I
agree.
but Hawk is only going to listen to one thing. Hawk been angling at him for at least like a week now, and I'm just looking at him like, bruh, you don't. I don't think he's looking at it from the economics of it. He's looking at the economics of you know. He's looking at it from the economics. He's not looking from purely from a social or base. He's looking from economic standpoint. And
Who, Hawk?
no, um,
Galloway.
Galloway.
Mm-hmm.
Galloway looking at it from economics
The
because
economy
like
just don't affect me, and that's my
huh?
issue. The economy don't just affect me, and that's my issue.
Yeah, you're right. Though when you take other factors, okay, then by that logic, then therefore black people and white people should be had the same should be in the same predicament when we know we don't because we live in the same economy, right?
No,
Based on your argument. Well,
no, that would
therefore,
be incorrect because black people had 400 years of not being allowed to participate in the financial growth of the society. Therefore, they have 400 years of stagnation. There has been no oppression of fucking men in this country.
the working class man, yes,
The
the working
working class
class,
men
the
and
working
the
class.
working class woman is in the same goddamn boat, but ain't been no oppression for no men. There have been no laws that had to be rewritten because men were being mistreated. It's never happened.
Yes, it was
Men,
labor laws. I mean, how many times you see all them labor strikes and the governor had to call in and crack them upside their head? Why do you think President Teddy Roosevelt had to write those legal them laws? You remember the book called The Jungle, where they found people's fingers in hamburger meat?
yes, as
Well, then
technology develop,
that is that. Okay, go ahead.
as technology develop and safety becomes a thing, then laws change. But that nobody told a man they can't work. They wasn't allowed to work. Society didn't frown on men for not being able to go and get a livelihood. That's never been a thing. There's been no oppression for men. So you can't compare a societal issue to a
The
black
labor
issue.
the labor y'all used to be without the labor laws, a lot of men was being fucked up.
Yeah,
What
because the shit was dangerous. So you put laws into place to protect people. But there was no you must go do this shit type shit. No, it was just dangerous back then. And as your society knows better, you do better. Just like it was okay to smoke any and everywhere. But as we learned how bad smoking is for you, now that shit is not acceptable. So of course things change. That's not oppression though.
When is he going to bed? He wants no pushback. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. Because Pierce said I don't want no pushback. And what I'm going to do, I'm gonna drop her the link. Because I'm for her and Angelica can come up in here, and they can just drag me. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'm allow these ladies to drag my ass to hell. Because I'm going to be a gentleman, okay? I'm gonna be a gentleman about it, and I'm gonna allow these ladies to drag me, y'all. Y'all be easy, and you know,
Ain't nobody finna drag you. We finna drag your argument though. We finna fuck that up.
uh, all I want is a return. I want the New Deal policy the WPA to come back. I want to get these boys, uh, uh, you know, um, so they won't become disinfected and be hostile. That's what I want. Because I see a danger coming. Um, Matter to the stage.
Hi, Queen. Hi, Big J. I thought you was going to bed.
Yeah, I will in a minute.
I cannot.
So ladies, I'll let y'all have it. I'm gonna take my ass to bed,
Good night.
and good night, y'all. I'm out.
Get you some
Oh,
rest.
oh, it would be unfair. So let me take this banner down for my cash out down. So now it's your chat. Now it's your show. Now I'm out. You have a good one.
See
Peace.
you later, Big J.
All right. Bye bye.
Yes. Uh, all right.
Queen.
Hey, Pierre.
So